Hello guys and welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda and we are here with another speed paint video, and today we are doing Myra. If you don't know who she is also an artist here on YouTube, and she is goofy, funny, skilled. I love her videos. She is absolutely amazing and I consider her a friend now. She's awesome and you should definitely go and check her out. Her art is absolutely beautiful and she's just an amazing personality person, and she is true on YouTube. She does do as she does because she is that person. She doesn't hide who she is or anything like that, and I definitely think that you should go and check her out. Her links will be in the description, in the cards, and at the end screen as well if you want to go and check her out. So let's talk about this portrait, which took me 11 hours, which is the longest I have ever spent on a portrait before. But I really just wanted to have fun. I wasn't really bothered about whether to make it good or not. I just wanted to experiment and just have fun, basically. So I was trying not to blend in this portrait too much, and I will tell you a little bit about the approach that I was taking, because it's much different than all of my other ways that I have been doing portraits in the past on digital. I decided to try and replicate the way that I do portraits in traditional life. So I usually use coloured pencil, right? So I was using a rough pencil that comes with Clip Studio paint, and I was just adjusting the texture density and the brush density, and also the brush size obviously, and just putting the texture up for bigger darker shades and then lowering the density every time I went into a lighter shade. And I was trying not to blend too much. I was using the blur tool a lot, which doesn't blend the pencil together but it blurs it into each other, so it makes it a little bit softer but still leaves some texture. Although I kind of go through stages in portraits where I forget what I'm trying to do and I just end up doing it the way that I always do it, which is overblend. Overblending is a big problem for me. I do it in traditional media, I do it in digital media. I just need to stop blending as much. But I was having fun with it anyway. I just needed to put more layers on it, because the more layers you put on it, the less you have to blend. So yeah, I should have done that. But yeah, so the next portrait that I do, I'm going to try and not blend. As for the hair, I was using 5 shades and 5 different sizes, and I was also using the coloured pencil tool that comes in Clip Studio Paint. With the darker shade, I was using size 5, and then I was using size 4, 3, 2.5 and 2. The lighter it gets, the smaller it gets. And then I was going from dark to light to light to dark, and then dark to light again to build up depth. And I was just doing it in individual strands, although I was thinking about chunks. So obviously her hair is curly, and I was thinking about each curl being a chunk, and to make sure that I shaded and did that properly before I moved on to the next one. It was quite confusing though, because she has so much chunks in her hair that it was just really confusing, and I tried to figure it out, especially her other side, because the picture that she gave me, the reference photo, clipped off the side of her hair on the other side, so I had to kind of make it up. And because I made it up, it was a little bit confusing because I didn't know where I was in the hair. Like, I was lost in her hair for ages. But I just took my time, I relaxed, I had some music on, or I was watching some videos, and I just did the hair, and it took like 7 hours to do the hair alone. A lot of people, when they do portraits, they kind of skimp out on the hair, but it is really important to make the hair look good as well. And I really enjoyed doing her eyes. I usually only do a couple of colours in the eyes and do one layer, but I did multiple layers, blurring it out and then doing another layer, and I really enjoyed that. Although I was having trouble with her eyes for ages, and I wondered why she looked so weird and off, and it was because of her eyebrows. I didn't put eyebrows in, so it made her face look completely weird, and I was freaking out about it. But eventually I figured it out, so I was like, okay, I'm going to put eyebrows in. And again trying to think about all of the individual hairs. I think I probably could have put the resolution up for this painting a little bit more because it was a little bit pixely when I zoomed in, and I was colour picking, which I hate doing, but sometimes I just need to do it because I'm figuring out how to work the program or using textures rather than colour. I'm not worried about colour. But I think that the next time I do a painting, I am going to download a colour swatch sheet from Faber-Castell and Luminance, and then pick from the colours that I see rather than picking from the actual portrait itself, because I just think that that would make it much more easier for me to do, and it would also help me in my traditional portraits. On the hair as well, I was using the Soothing Watercolour tool in the blending area, and I was just blending out the sections of hair, like the edges of each colour, if that makes sense. I was putting down a colour and then putting another colour on top of that and then blending the edges, and then putting another colour on that and blending the edges of that colour, just to kind of make it blend into each other more. But I did end up blending, again, over blending far too much, and I blended her whole hair. Why did I do that? I spent 5 hours doing her hair. I was happy with it, but I didn't really want it to look too digital-like, so I did blend it out a lot. And my tip for you that I have learned, or one of the things that I have learned from doing this portrait, is that if you do spend 5 hours on a hair and then you want to blend it, save it before you do it, because if you don't save it, then you're going to lose all that blended work, and or rather you're going to lose all that texture, and then you're just going to be regretting life because you have to go back in and put more texture in, which I had to do. So that was one thing that I learned from that. The clothing, I didn't really spend too much time on the clothing. I literally just made my colour brush bigger and then just splattered it all over the place, trying to get texture from the coloured pencil itself. And I just, yeah, I didn't even do her logo or anything like that. I was actually going to change the whole thing. Also, I asked her what her favourite colours were, and she said they were mint and peach, so I did that in the background. So it's a very subtle background, but I knew that her favourite colour was mint, definitely, and I thought it was like a coral pink colour, but it's peach. So if you wanted to know what Myra's favourite colours are, you're welcome. It's mint and peach. And they are lovely colours, honestly, and I honestly think that it brought so much better stuff to the portrait. Oh, and I'm doing my little trick where I put blue and red dots underneath the, well, on top of the skin, and put down the opacity to give the skin even more texture. I don't think that that's the exact, like, amazing way to do that, but it is a quick trick to do. Obviously that's not what skin looks like, but I like to add the texture on there anyway. And I learned a lot from this portrait, I've got to say. I learned what I want to do, what I don't want to do in portraits. I also learned that I do like doing hair, but maybe not this much hair, because it's a lot of hair. I actually have been enjoying I've been enjoying drawing men a lot more recently, because they have like hair, but they don't have that much hair. If you get what I mean. So yeah, I think that I want to do a boy next. I think I might do a celebrity though, rather than a YouTuber, but if you have anybody that you want to suggest me do, celebrity or YouTube or otherwise, then please do tell me in the comments below, and I will definitely draw that one next. I'm trying to get better every time I do one. And also, I just want to quickly say before this video ends that I am going to change my video upload schedule to 2 videos a week instead of 3. I used to post on Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but I want my video quality to be higher and my art quality to be higher, so I'm cutting down the videos just for now to try and get a little bit more of a variety and a skill level boost in there. My son is shouting on me, and that is really annoying because I'm trying to do this, but there I am blending out all of that work, and I suppose I didn't really blend it out too much, but I'm putting in all of the flyaways, and then I'm going to put in the background in a second. I really appreciate it if you watched this thus far, so thank you so much for watching. Please remember to go and check out Myra. I'm not going to do a under 5,000 shout out today just because I don't have time, and we're shouting out Myra anyway, so please go and check her out, and comment below, tell me what you think, and I will see you in my next video, guys. I love you. Thank you for your support. Bye bye.